Hello, and we continue to take a look on what's happening in Tanzania. Sadc gave a preliminary report, and this report is very important because it tells the whole world what happened in Tanzania. So, according to Sadc, no elections were held. And what they said is they observed sham elections, which happened. So this is something which is very important, something these people cannot run away from. So they've used the template which was used in Zimbabwe, but this time around, it's a waste template. So number one, Sadc election observers declared that the elections were a sham. The observers, they say that the polls were marred by massive irregularities. The observers' documents were seized by security, and also Sadc team was forced to delete mission-related photographs. So in Zimbabwe, it never happened like that. Sadc said the elections were a shame. They said that there were so many irregularities, but when it comes to the nation of Tanzania, their documents were seized. They were forced to delete some photographs. Literally, they were abducted, they were arrested for quite some time, they were seized by the authorities in Tanzania. That is how these elections were bad. So you cannot talk of an election when Sadc is being held at ransom and they does nothing. Yes, they are quiet about everything and they are not doing anything. How are they going to act when they failed to act in Zimbabwe? How are they going to act when other presidents, like the president of Zambia, attended the inauguration, which happened in secret? So many people, thousands of them, were maimed, killed in the streets. The opposition was barred outrightly. The opposition leaders were arrested and charged for different cases and different charges. Who does that during an election? So when you are looking at this whole thing of an election in Tanzania, it was not an election at all. It was simply an event which happened. And when you look at the kind of protests which are happening, the way people are protesting in Tanzania, it's a message which is being sent to the whole world to say, this is not, and this was not the will of the people to have Samia Suluhu declared as the winner of the just ended fake elections. And what matters is Sadc itself, whatever it says, it matters. But the biggest question is, for how long are we going to have reports which are negative? For how long are we going to have no elections in Sadc, and Sadc does not act? We had sham elections in Zimbabwe. There were not elections at all. We cross over to Mozambique, same. You go to Tanzania now, the same thing happened. Only Namibia and Botswana held better elections. As for Botswana, best elections ever. Namibia, it was quite better. The opposition acknowledged the election results. That is the difference of Namibia and other countries. Nandi Ndaitwa won on merit, not through whatever which we are seeing happening in Zimbabwe, in Mozambique, in Tanzania. That is so humiliating. But what else can we expect as a people when we have the master planner and the masterminder of election rigging in the region coming and hailing from Zimbabwe? And when Mnoda Ani was always there in Tanzania, what did you expect to come out of Tanzania when people like Mnodani were always there, being seen in photographs and everything else with the leadership of Tanzania? So many people lost their lives. And why is it that the Sadc observer mission continue to go to countries where they are not respected, continues to go to countries where they are being seized, their gadgets being seized, their documents being seized? Who does that? Where internet is being shut down, where there is chaos everywhere. So this is so sad. But this is the situation in Tanzania. So the statement from Sadc, a very powerful statement, but they said no elections were held in Tanzania. That is the conclusion we can give.